I feel honored at your offer, O Maharaj.
The king, visibly pleased, expressed his gratitude to Vasudev and gently clasped his hands. After rising from the cot, the king turned his gaze toward Vasudev's companions.
I am not able to clearly recollect where I have seen them before, Vasudev.
They are my friends, Maharaj. Some time back, I had asked you to help them further their talents.
I am sorry, Vasudev. I did not pay much heed to what you said at that time. I want them to gain mastery in the fields they have keen interest, so that they can have a bright future. They shall be sent to esteemed teachers who will make them masters in their respective disciplines.
Vasudev and his friends effusively thanked the king for all that he was doing for them. The friends asked Vasudev to excuse them for the remarks passed at him, to which he smiled and hugged them. Later, Vasudev asked the king,
Maharaj, what did you do to those two ministers who deceived you?
They shall be punished, Vasudev. I now understand why they falsely claimed that the people held me in such high regard. They expected a similar treatment I meted out to you if they spoke the truth.
Portraying the kingdom in an overly positive light when the reality was somber was not appropriate.
Besides, after you told me the truth about the opinion people possessed towards me, I had called them over. They not only missed the chance to speak the truth, but also made offensive remarks about you, which cannot be forgiven.
Once I had reprimanded you for not possessing the noble qualities of your father. And here, I too am guilty of not having any of my father's virtuous qualities.
It is rightfully said that it is very easy to advise others. He who practices what he preaches is indeed a great soul.
Bharadwaj entrusted Vasudev's friends to renowned teachers, guiding them to excel in their chosen paths and make a name for themselves. He then returned to his abode with Vasudev. From that day onwards emerged a new king who devoted his time to hear and solve the grievances of his subjects. He not only listened to the grievances of the people, but also tried to resolve them with effective solutions. Vasudev earnestly helped the king in his mission by keeping a check on all the activities of the kingdom. He immediately informed his ruler whenever anything was amiss. He formed his own set of trusted aides who amply helped him in successfully delegating his responsibilities. With no proper rule, the rich oppressed the poor, forcing them to work mercilessly for little pay. The king met the oppressors and warned them of rigorous punishment if they did not mend their ways. Bharadwaj kept a close watch, bringing a dramatic change in their attitude toward the poor.
Suddenly, the kingdom of King Bharadwaj began to prosper, which surprised one and all. Initially, no one could make out the reason behind this sudden metamorphosis underwent by Bharadwaj.
Slowly, word spread that it was due to Vasudev that the king had changed for the best. Vasudev grew popular among the masses as the king's most dedicated aide. Once, Bharadwaj had to go to another kingdom for a couple of days to attend some function. He wanted Vasudev to visit some remote places which were very far away from the heart of the kingdom in his absence. The same day after the king had left his kingdom, Vasudev paid a visit to these places with his men. There, he was shocked to see the wretched conditions the people lived in. Most of them were unemployed and were living in abject poverty. Besides, the roads that led to these places had deep cracks. On enquiry, Vasudev learnt that these districts were under the jurisdiction of a minister, Vinayak. The minister had collected huge amounts of tax from the people the previous year under the pretext of repairing these roads. The roads were fixed
but the cracks resurfaced once the rains had stopped. Vasudev met the minister, Vinayak, and brought up the matter of the inaccessible roads before him. But Vinayak did not appreciate these enquiries made by Vasudev.
Those are the areas which have been placed in my jurisdiction by the king. Where is the need for you to interfere in this regard? I am only doing my duty, entrusted to me by the king. When such heavy taxes were levied on the people, it should have been properly used for their welfare. The damage after a few heavy showers proves the work was not properly done.
Enough, Vasudev. In all these years of my service, no one has dared to question me. And you have the audacity to point an accusing finger at me.
I am not answerable to you. Please leave. I shall take up this matter with the king and get to the root of this issue. You may not be answerable to me, but you are certainly answerable to the people and the king. I shall take your leave.
The next day, Vasudev had an unexpected visitor in the form of Vinayak to his chamber. After both of them were seated, Vinayak began the conversation.
Vasudev, I am sorry for my outbursts yesterday. I was not in my best of moods when you came over. I have an offer for you, and it is only in your best interests that you accept it. There is no need for you to take up this matter with the king. Let's keep the truth among us and tell him that all is fine. If you say so, he shall certainly believe you. If you take my advice, do not care so much for the people. Also think about yourself and lead a happy life. If you take our side, I assure you that you will always be rewarded. Doing the least amount of work, you will earn much more than what you are now getting under the king. That's all I had to say. An intellectual person like you should be able to grasp my point. I have figured out what you are trying to say. You will have to wait for some time to know my decision. Take your own time, but your decision should be in our favor.
Vasudev was lost in deep thought over the events which unfolded a few moments ago. When King Bharadwaj returned after his trip, Vasudev apprised him about his visit to some remote areas of the kingdom.
This is deplorable. Just last year, Vinayak asked for funds to repair those roads. I could only help him with a small amount, as there was not much money left in the treasury box. I asked him to collect the balance amount by way of tax from the people.
Apparently, the funds have not been channelized properly, Maharaj. And there is something more.